thoughts, views,
Mhm.
and opinions expressed by the host
Yep.
are for entertainment purposes only. Do not get mad.
Nope.
Do not get upset.
Uh-uh.
Do not get offended.
Ah,
Do not
baby.
pass go. Do not collect $200. Instead, pay us, and then we'll shut up.
Yeah. Yo, this is Ninja.
And this is XP Early Bird. No long intro this
That's right.
time.
I was waiting for it, but then I'm like, wait a minute. That's right. He changed. All right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is,
The What's Going On podcast.
yeah. All right. What's going on? And what we talking about today, early?
Man, we talking about X-Men 97, man. And
97
we're
X-Men.
um we're talking about how good the show is, man. We're gonna say
Yeah.
that. The show is good. Um my homeboy hit me up yesterday and he was like, hey man, y'all heard of X-Men 97? I said, yeah, man, that show was good. And he was like, man, a lot of my friends been talking about it. So everybody been talking about it. I said, yeah, man, it's a good show, man. Like you should really watch it. And I told him, man, it's like it picks up where the old X-Men left off.
Mm-hmm.
And I say like the characters are they still look the same. They said they even got the same theme music.
Yeah.
It's a really really good show. The first three episodes to me are amazing. Um, what I appreciate about the project so far or X-Men 97 so far is that they haven't taken all of the woke material or woke things and just threw them in your face. Now they're there, but they're very subtle. They're not like no like a pie in the face type
Right.
thing.
But to jump in on what you're talking about, I agree. First of all, and yes, the show is amazing. But to touch on what you were talking about, they don't do it, and I think the reason why you don't notice it because X Men always been that show that was always about that anyway.
Correct.
So even from the beginning, it was always about uh being divided. You know, people don't like you. It's almost like real life. Like
Yeah.
people don't like mutants is like people don't like some other kind of people, whatever the case may be, whether they're black or say Spanish or migrants, or it's kind of the same vibe with the mutants are the people the people everybody's scared of, you know what I'm saying, whether that
Mhm.
be you know Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying, Malcolm X, or migrants, or whatever's going on in that time frame, you know what I'm saying. So X-Men always been touching on subjects that are real. They might
Yeah.
not be real characters, but it's real issues.
Well, fun fact. Wow. Fun fact. Um, did you know that the X-Men were created well inspired by the civil rights movement?
Well, I didn't know that, but it
Yeah.
makes sense. It totally makes
Um,
sense.
Professor X is supposed to be Martin Luther King. Magneto is supposed to be Malcolm X.
Well, there you
And
go.
Stan Lee himself said that he wanted to create something that reflected the times. So the mutants are supposed to be uh, black people or minorities
Right.
fighting for
Okay.
their
So
civil rights. So
exactly
that's
what I said.
yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah,
So see, and that was coming from my perspective, and I didn't even know that.
yeah,
I should have knew that, but I didn't.
yep,
But it makes sense because me not knowing that, I can see that, and that's
yeah,
obvious. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
total obvious.
And
So
another fun fact: Black Panther was created after the Black Panther Party. Stan
yeah,
Lee himself
that
said that.
that that I
Yeah,
knew that. I read that in an interview
yeah,
before he died. I think he said that shit somewhere.
yeah. So
But
but yeah, that's maybe that's why it doesn't seem so it doesn't seem like it sticks out like so much of a like a sore thumb because
right,
it's all that's always the path that it was on.
yeah,
But
I agree. Yeah,
I like I say I love the story. I love the action in it. I mean, I just think it's a real good project. I feel like all of the characters are themselves, you know, and I feel like they even made Cyclops cool again.
Yeah, bro. You know what's so crazy about that? Oh, I'm trying to turn this fucking fan on. What was so crazy about the whole Cyclops? I was never a big Cyclops fan. To be 100% with you, bro. And
Hmm.
and this is a fun fact about me.
Hmm.
I disliked him so much. I didn't even play with him in Marvel vs. Capcom ever
For
because
real?
I saw, bro. I never liked Cyclops because he was always, to me,
Whiny, soft.
right. In my eyes, he was always the whiny little white boy that was just,
Hmm.
and it's crazy because I met people like him, so I never
Hmm.
liked the vibe they gave him. But in this kind of kind of reiteration of the X-Men and them starting from where they left off, I'm starting to like his character more. I don't know if it's because he's older now. They made him, well, not older, but there was a little, a couple years passed or whatever, or a
Hmm.
year or so. They made him seem more older, like he's starting to get it, kind of. And I don't dislike him as much anymore, if that makes sense.
What I noticed about his character is that he's not whiny and he's not feeling entitled or
Right, and that's why I didn't like him in the
he
beginning or
he's not
ever.
expecting he's not expecting everything to just go his way. You know what I
Right,
mean?
like,
Like he's taking on that leadership role and he's understanding that people have their own thoughts and opinions and they're going to do whatever. Even
yeah,
so, the rules are clearly laid out, but people are still going to do whatever that they want to do. And
right,
I think he understands that, and he's more mature because when they fell out of the airplane and he landed and he said, "My X-Men," to me, like, yo, that was dope.
yeah.
I like that
Yeah,
too.
and that's when I started really getting him a lot. Like the first couple episodes, it took me to warm up to it since most of the story is based on his kid.
Hmm.
So I was like, oh, this is all Cyclops story. But I kind of liked it because the comic that I think they're mashing like two different comics together, and with the Lady Goblin, I thought it was a good intertwine of Mr. Sinister and all that shit,
Hmm.
because I just, like I said, I didn't like Cyclops ever,
Hmm.
but in
Hmm.
this one, I think he's starting to grow into that leader that he always supposed to be, but never
Hmm.
was. You know,
Right.
like it's almost like you remember Leonardo. Nobody wanted to respect him because
Hmm.
he kind of knew he had to be the leader instead
Hmm.
of growing into being a leader. I that's my take on it. It's like you can't be a leader if you didn't grow with them. Like
Hmm.
it's just like nobody wants to listen to you if you didn't grow with them for you. Like a leader has to be natural. Like you have to lead naturally. You have to be a natural born leader. You can't just come
Right.
in and think you could lead somebody to something.
Well, I
It
don't
doesn't.
I don't think you have to grow with it. I just think you have to be relatable.
Right,
And,
but you got to kind of just they have to trust you if you want to. You know what I'm
you have to
saying?
be
Like,
you have to be a human. Like I feel like as a leader, you want everything to be about the book. And
right.
like you know what I'm saying. So
Mm,
if it says take 2 steps and somebody takes three, and now you're on top of them.
right.
But like being a leader is not that technical. It's like you kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as nobody's losing their life, everything's pretty.
Yeah. Well,
Pretty
like
runs itself.
I think Cyclops is getting into that role because I know he's always been the leader of X-Men. That's a no-brainer. Everybody knows Cyclops is the leader. But,
Mm.
unless there was another version of X-Men that he wasn't there or he died or was, new. But we all know that he was the leader. And the thing that kind of just the only thing that annoyed me about the new episodes,
Hmm.
and I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Wolverine, and this I could be just wrong because this is just new, and I think they're really just rushing through it. Because if you really think about it, the first there's four. They're on the fourth episode now, right? I think
It's
four,
three.
three. Okay,
Three. It's only three. You can only watch
uh,
three.
all right. So the
Yeah.
first two episodes, like they just jump right into it.
Right.
There's
Right.
no there's no filler episode because they already had like all those years ago stuff, so everybody should be caught up.
Hmm.
But they jump right into it. There's no nothing going on, right? They just right into the fights, right into the bullshit. but they're putting so much good shit up front that it's like
Mhm.
almost like why they why is it so good right now? What are they gonna do? They're gonna fuck this up. You know?
I didn't see that coming, man.
Because it's like, okay,
Oh my
wow,
God.
this episode was great. Oh shit, this episode was even better. Oh shit, Mr. Sinister, Jean Grey, this episode was even better. It's like, fuck, how many episodes is this gonna be where they're gonna kill it or they're gonna fuck something up? Like, if this kind of energy keeps going, then yeah, this could be the greatest X-Men animation ever. But I feel like they're throwing all their good material out there this fast. You know, Cable, you know, the talking about Jean and
Hmm.
the clone. So it's like, okay,
Hmm.
they really getting some shit done. Like, I doubt it's gonna be 13 episodes of this shit. They're probably gonna
Hmm.
do like every other fucking thing, 8 episodes. So I'm almost like thinking to myself, like, see, back in the day, they do like 24 episodes in a season.
Hmm.
I don't think they're gonna do that here because Disney just doesn't have a track record of giving you more than 10 episodes at a time for anything.
Hmm.
So I'm almost like, all right, they're forcing all this cool shit right now, which I'm not complaining. It's good, but then
Hmm.
it's just gonna end, and it's either gonna end two ways on a cliffhanger, or it's gonna end badly, and we're gonna be like, oh my god, you had 5, 6 good episodes, and then you give me these shitty ass endings. You know, like, I'm just scared for the end. You
Okay.
know, like,
I
I'm
can
just
respect that.
I'm
I
just
can
saying,
respect that.
like, it's almost like they're giving us everything right where we want it. All this good shit. Here you go, boom. Here you go, boom. And then it's like, wow, wow, this is awesome, amazing. Give me more. 8 episodes, and then the last episode is a cliffhanger, and you got to wait 2 more years before the next one because you know they're not going to give us no more than 10 episodes. I doubt it. I doubt it. They're not gonna get seasons don't run like they used to unless they're TV shows. And you
Hmm.
lucky if you get 13 out of them nowadays. Before they would do 20, 20. I remember some cartoons being 30 episodes in a season.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
not doing that shit no more.
Nah. Um, I respect your perspective on that, but from what I'm seeing in the totality of the MCU, I feel like from watching, the Iron Man movies, the Captain America movies, and the Avengers movie, and how they made the universe into what it was. I feel like
Right.
they did like a really, really good job of making sure they got the right actor to play the character, getting the right chemistry as for like how the characters interact with each other, how they fight with each other, the stories and how they intertwine with each other. I think they did a really, really good job with that, and I think that was because I believe they studied the source material.
Yeah.
So with the X-Men now, you got like like how can you mess it up? It's like one of the first no one of the first comic books ever. There's so much history in it. All you got to do is just go to the source, and I think that's what they're
Yeah.
doing. Number one. Number two, the reason why it's moving so fast is because I think they are trying to explain like a lot of
Mm.
stuff that's going on, and I think also what they're doing is they're using the the MCU and they're trying to tie everything in from movies to video games, all that stuff. I think they're trying to tie all of that stuff in
Yeah.
together.
Which makes total sense. Yeah, you're probably right. But I mean, fuck, dude. There's so much to unwind in the X-Men that I really think they're going head diving straight head in first, bro. Like, they
Well,
ain't
which
fucking
is which
around.
is which is cool with me because you're getting a lot of you're getting some good content. It's action packed. It's fast paced, which is what people want. Now,
Right.
when once people start complaining, you can always go back. You
Yeah.
know, so you can go backwards and tell a story about Wolverine and how he, in his past and how he lost his memories, how he had to get his memories back. You can always go back and tell Gambit story. So you can. I mean, I understand it's moving fast paced, but at any given moment, you can go back in time and tell these characters' story individually and
Yeah,
see what's going on.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I just like I said, the you know where the story's kind of going
Yeah,
already,
yeah,
but it's like you just want to make sure they do it right and they give you enough material where you're
hmm
like, okay, I can wait another season for this because it's really good, you know.
yeah,
But but on a different note, something that did bother me a little bit was, and this is just something I don't know if anybody else noticed, because I just nitpick everything because I'm a big fan, but I, I I see, like, for instance with Wolverine, right?
hmm
We all know Wolverine's demeanor, we all know his attitude towards everything, but it's like I, I just feel like Wolverine's a little bit, and I don't know if this is because they had to do this because it's a new age and kids are different now, but
hmm
I feel like they're holding Wolverine,
yeah. I
like,
agree. I agree.
I think they're
I think I know
holding
what you.
back on Wolverine's
Yeah, yeah.
attitude.
Because he uses foul language. I know it's like from the Wolverine that we know. He uses like he curses, smokes cigars,
Yeah.
drinks
Right.
beer, all that kind of. He's stone cold. It's like
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Right.
basically, is imagine Stone Cold going back to the WWE now. Like it just wouldn't
Right.
work.
Right.
And
Right. Yeah.
I think that's the what it's kind of what his character is.
Yeah.
I don't think it will
Like they
work.
cleaned them up. They
Yeah,
cleaned them up.
he he's
He's
very
not
laid
as
back.
snappy. He's
Yeah,
not as aggressive. And bro, I don't even think I saw him fight but one time, and he didn't even use his claws.
he don't even
Um.
he don't even give uh Cyclops a hard time as much.
Right there, you go. So you did notice that.
Yeah,
'Cause I swear that I'm like, yo, I don't know what I'm just waiting for Wolverine to say something or snap, and he never did in
yeah.
any of the episodes.
I was waiting on that too. Yeah, I swear to God I was, and it just never
Now,
happened.
now, one thing I thought was pretty cool. They did give one of my favorite characters a lot of airtime, which was Gambit.
Hmm.
Gambit, on the other hand, I think he's super underrated,
Oh yeah,
and he is probably one of the dopest characters in X-Men. Um, and they gave him a good bit of screen time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's obviously love interest with Rogue,
hmm
yada yada yada. But I don't know, for some weird reason I would love for this. I would love for them to close out the X-Men with like side missions, to say, like, I would love to see a like a Gambit show, or X-Men and Gambit, or something like that, where it's more like these guys are out on missions doing stuff than watching all of them interact with each other.
So
I want to.
you want like individual stories.
Right. I would like to watch that. I would like. This is what I'm thinking is gonna happen, and this is just me. I don't know, but I'm thinking that they're gonna do this X-Men run, see how it
Hmm.
goes.
Hmm.
If it goes good, then yeah, they got another year. If it doesn't go good, then they're gonna close it out with a banger, and do something in the realm of, like, an X-Men anime. I mean, Wolverine animation, or a Gambit animation, or maybe a Rogue, or maybe a Magneto, or maybe go further in the future and do a whole different X-Men. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because there's all right. Listen, and I've been watching Marvel movies my whole life, comic books. Two things I know: when they start introducing time travel, listen to me quick. Let me make sure my mic is clear. They about to fuck some shit up. All right, They're introducing Cable and Bishop, time travel. They going into a whole nother universe. They're gonna meet other people, and then this X-Man is not gonna be relevant anymore. And they're gonna, because remember, they're still in '97.
Hmm.
We're in 2024, so
Hmm.
they have to make this catch up.
Which is probably why it's moving so fast.
Why it's moving so fast? They have to make this X-Men catch up to 2024. Because if not, or at least somewhere in that realm. Because remember, they're gonna make all this canon. So with the time travel, they're going to they're gonna have to push it fast to get it to a newer future. Because remember, everything in '97, all the technology that they have is not relevant anymore.
Hmm.
In any of the MCUs, everything is way past this, so they have to catch up now. So '97 is going to be a possible short run just to get everything out of the way, introduce time travel. Cable's gonna come back. He's gonna let them know that the future's fucked and they all die, and then we're gonna go in the future. You're gonna see probably Wolverine time travel with Beast and all of them, and they're gonna be stuck in another. I'm telling you, bro, they're gonna meet a newer future, newer X Men, or possibly introduce a newer X Men in the future. I promise you. Listen to me. This is my mic on. They are, yeah, I got a new mic, so I want to fuck with it. They are going to introduce future X Men with this time travel shit. I promise you, dude. I promise you. They gotta make 97 2024. Or at least future Marvel. They have to
I
be
mean
somewhere
that it,
past us.
it makes sense since they introduced two Jean Greys, so that
Yeah.
definitely so it's kind of grooming you for
Right.
what's yeah
You got to
or
remember
something like that.
the X Men the MCU right now is it's ahead of the game, and they need to get them up to speed with everything. Remember, there's not even cell phones in in these shows.
Right.
You know, like there's none of that shit. So they have to get this cartoon pretty relevant pretty fast. So they got to
S-
introduce
Speaking of MCU,
all that.
very briefly, did you hear that Deadpool and Wolverine are not a part of the MCU anymore? Did you hear
What do you mean? I thought that was the whole thing they were doing. That's why they. You talking
that?
about the movie?
Hmm. I saw something where that I don't think Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be a part of the MCU anymore. I think something happened legally. I don't think they're going to be part of the MCU anymore.
Yeah, that's not cool. I thought that's crazy. How did that happen? What I don't understand.
I don't
Where'd you
know.
hear that?
I saw like I was scrolling on my computer and I saw like the little uh, headline, but I didn't actually read it because I was moving too fast and I lost it.
Mhm. All right, we'll check on that, but I gotta check that shit out because they were talking about that shit being like part of the MCU, but you could be right. I don't know because Sony and all these fucking uh they're beefing again with all these characters. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It comes to the point where it's like, yo, you just gotta let them fuck up the movie to the point of like somebody else gonna bag it up and start it all over again
You know.
because they're just gonna do that. I mean, greedy corporations, man, they're gonna ruin everything. But
Yeah,
but yeah, I can't wait for the next episode of
yeah, me too.
X Men, and then just hopefully we can do a next video on when it ends and see kind of do. We did the beginning, we did the middle, and now we can do the end. Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like eight. I don't expect it to be more than 10 episodes. If it does, great. If it's not, so be it. But I, I, I honestly, me personally, I don't think it's gonna be more than 10 episodes. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, with the way the world is moving like very fast, man. So I don't see the so I see them not seeing the benefit in 20, 30 episodes. So
Yeah, no, definitely
I
not.
don't expect them to have plenty like a lot of episodes on these because even with the Bad Batch, which is Star Wars animated about the clones,
Yeah,
uh
yeah,
10 episodes each season. And
mm,
they're on the last season right now, and I think it's going to be 10 episodes.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I see 10 episodes. I mean, I think that's the
yeah.
formula. So
Yeah, I think so too. I think you know what it is. They can do 10 episodes, and I'm totally cool with that as long as there's no filler episodes. And then, because I hate filler
Yeah,
episodes,
me
bro.
too. I hate filler.
That shit killed me in Dragon Ball. That shit killed me in Spider Man. That shit killed me in X Men because X Men had filler episodes. That shit kills me in Boy Meets World. When I watch Boy Meets World or any of those sitcoms, I hate filler episodes. They are the worst when they do like the flashbacks or the black and white or the old school. Like, why do shows do that? Why do shows feel like they have to do an episode where it takes place in the 60s and everything got to be in black and white? Stop doing that. Nobody likes those
Just trying to
episodes.
make money, bro. Man,
Bro,
just trying to make
bro,
money,
I
bro.
swear to God, if I watch an episode and they put it in black and white and it takes place in the 60s, I skip that episode, bro. I totally skip that episode. I hate those episodes. Stop doing them. Nobody gives a fuck about those episodes. Or if they have singing episodes or they do dancing, stop doing that. Nobody wants to watch people singing and dancing, bro. I
Hmm.
hate it.
Yeah, I hate
But
I hate musicals.
anyway, yeah, that's our take on X-Men 97 so far. Um Let us know what you feel, what you think about these new shows going on. If Are they holding the hype up? Are you cool with them? You like them? Let us know down at the bottom, bro.
Yeah. I know this is kind of a short uh video, so just to add just a little bit more content to it. Um, I saw this maybe it was an article. It was saying a Daredevil video game.
Bro,
Is that what we want?
don't even get me started with that shit, bro. Listen, after Daredevil, the movie with I think it was Ben Affleck
Hmm.
did the first. That shit was trash. I hated it. Daredevil was a dope character.
Yes.
I don't think he ever got a really. I don't think he ever had a good game. I don't
Did
think.
he ever have a game?
I don't know, man. I want to say he's been in games, but I don't think he's had his own game.
Like I know
But
I know he's like Marvel Ultimate Alliance or something like that, but as far as his
yeah,
own game,
yeah. I don't think he had his own. Listen, I think Daredevil. After watching Netflix's Daredevil's take,
hmm
I think Daredevil's one of the best characters. He's so underrated. He's like I always like the characters that are like Daredevil and that are like Gambit and that are like Venom, where
hmm
they're like Carnage, where they're really good characters, but they only play one important role, and that's to antagonize Spider-Man or the X-Men or
hmm
but I always feel like these characters need their own shine, bro. And Daredevil's one of those characters that got his shine in the Netflix,
hmm
then they canceled it, and now they're coming back out with it. You see him a little bit in Echo, but
Well, see,
yeah,
I think
I want a Daredevil show again, and I want a Daredevil game. If they make the Daredevil game like Spider-Man game, it'll be fine. Like if you take Spider-Man's fucking suit off and make it Daredevil and put him and call it Daredevil, it's almost the same fucking game.
mhm.
Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan, Queens.
So
I mean,
you don't think Daredevil is a bit too dark? Um,
oh yeah, for sure. He's definitely the
so
darker character.
so
He's
is
the he's
so
he's the Ghost Rider in Spider-Man's world, bro.
so
You know what I'm
he
saying?
can't be mainstream because of the dark side.
And that's the problem with dark characters. They cannot. I, for some
Well,
weird
I would
reason,
say
Batman gets away with
I
it
would say in
because
this day and
Batman
age,
is.
I would say in this day and age,
Yeah,
because
I agree.
Blade is a dark character, but
Yeah,
Blade was
Blade,
very popular though.
and like I said, those. See, the thing with the dark characters, they
Mhm.
always have their lane.
All right.
You never see the dark characters go over here into the the kumbaya like the
So
MCU
you want to see
characters.
him in the Avengers. You want to see Blade in the Avengers.
You're not gonna see Blade in the Avengers unless they tone him out. And nobody wants to see a toned out,
Yeah.
calm
Yeah,
Blade. Nobody,
you don't.
no, that's like making Ghost Rider not use his chain and send somebody to hell. They're not gonna do that in an MCU. Well, let's keep it real, bro. They have to keep They have to keep everything MCU where kids can go see it with their parents because that's what sells. The parents want to go see the movie and they can take their kids
Hmm.
to go.
Hmm.
If you tell me, oh, this shit is rated, R or PG-13 or whatever,
Hmm.
I got to think about going to the movies now, and I can't take my kid, and my wife's not gonna let me go. You know, those guys is what sells those tickets.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the new movies are not selling, because they're so. And this is gonna sound fucked up, but the comic book world is a man. It's more of a manly base. Yeah, there's some females that like it. I understand. I know some of them,
Mm-hmm.
but let's keep it real. It's more of a guy's thing.
Mm-hmm.
We sell the tickets, to be honest. You start doing all these chick movies, they don't support that, bro. Girls, they want a superhero, but when it's time to go watch the movie, they don't care for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. If I go tell Jess right now, hey, they got a Puerto Rican girl jumping around on screen, she can be like, oh fuck, she not gonna go buy it. To be, oh, that's great. But she don't, bro. Some of them don't care. Yeah, they want one, but they're not gonna go
But they're
support it
not.
like we
Yeah.
do. We go and support the movies. Very few girls, very few. I'm not saying all, but very few girls do support. But the ones that are out there making a big fuss about it, they're not supporting the movies. Let's keep it real. They don't even know what's going on. They just know, oh, there's not enough of this in the movie. Well, we need more of that in the movie. Let's go fight and let's go stand somewhere and hold signs up. Okay, the movie's coming out in 3 or 4 months. Okay, cool. Yeah, we did it. They don't go see the movie.
True.
The movie flops.
I can agree with that.
Oh, that's all the haters' fault. No, it's not. The movie sucked. That's it. Period. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go on a whole thing about that. But yeah, I Daredevil, Ghost Rider, Blade, Carnage, Venom. Bro, I could go down the list of characters that need their own show and will do great, but just won't survive in these new
Happy times, I would say.
conditions.
Yeah.
I don't know. I say conditions because in 10 years, I'm telling you, there's gonna be a whole different wave of shit going on. Everybody's gonna forget about, bro. Come on, dude. Every couple years, like I said, we had the Black Lives shit. You had the transgender shit. You had Corona shit. Bro. Every couple years, there's a hot button somebody's gonna press, and that's gonna be the hot shit for the couple years, and then they're gonna move on to something else to fucking hate on or to be pissed off with. So that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's the take on my X-Men. So
Okay.
I'm
All
digging
right.
it so
Now,
far.
one more question. Just one more question.
Go ahead.
Have you seen a show called Warrior?
Warriors.
No, just not
Mm,
Warriors, just Warrior without the S.
Warrior.
It's on Netflix.
What is?
Bro,
Oh, you talking about the Japanese
yeah,
shit?
have you seen it?
All right. So I watched like 3 episodes.
Don't like it?
I liked it, but it kind of took forever to get where it was going, and there was a lot of it. It wasn't what I expected, to be quite honest. It was more like a soap opera type of deal at first. I'm like, when you say warrior, I'm like expecting ass whip. I mean, I get the time they were in.
Hmm.
I get it. You know, they're trying to explain it, but I was expecting a little bit more, I guess, fighting. But I see they don't want to just make it all about fighting, which is fine, because I feel that a lot of Chinese, Japanese, or just any of those um, Asian shows,
Hmm.
if you're not fighting, it's not a good show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see they want to get their drama out. They want to get their acting up. It's not just fighting. So I get that. But yeah, I kind of stopped watching it because then I jumped into on Hulu Shogun.
Now
That's
that I
good.
want to watch. I haven't watched that because
That
I'm
is
trying to watch Warrior. Now I don't want to be jumping back and
no
forth on the.
yeah, no, I ain't gonna front. I jumped into Shogun, and only because I'm a big fan of the dynasty and all those Shogun empires
Hmm.
back in those days with the Mongols. Like I really enjoy that era of story in feudal Japan. Is one of my favorite after playing Ghost of Tsushima,
Hmm.
bro. Like my heart was in Japan at that time, bro. And I'm an American kid, but a kid. I'm an American person, a man, but as the kid in me, bro,
Hmm.
like feudal Japan was the time. I know it was crazy, but like if I can visit any time, I probably visit that because they really figured things out at that time, how to be peaceful,
Hmm.
and of course outsiders ruined that for them. because they were at peace for a lot of years, almost 100 years. Like, it was crazy. Like, you ever heard of anything being peaceful for 10 years? No, bro. They had peace. I mean, yeah, they probably had some crazy shit, but they had peace within their country.
Right.
It's crazy. I'm a big fan of the Shogun show. It's really good. It's not a lot of fighting, but it does have a couple, cool scenes. It's more drama, like, a lot of storytelling. And I enjoy it because I played that game, Ghost of Tsushima. I even grew my ponytail out because of that game, bro. Like, I'm not even bullshit. I tell everybody that same shit, bro. I started playing Ghost of Tsushima. Bro, I had short hair when I played that game. When I was done, I had a ponytail. That's how much I played that game, bro. I love that game so much. Bro, I grew my whole Shogun ponytail, bro. I wanted to be a samurai. I wanted to be one of those guys, bro. And your ponytail and the way you rocked it showed what class you were in and how dope you were. Bro, they didn't give a fuck about shit, bro. They were just real ass motherfuckers with swords, and they handled you one-on-one like a real,
Yeah.
really good. I don't know. Really good game, really good show. So yeah, Shogun on Hulu, badass show, bro. I recommend that shit. But yeah. Oh, yeah, this is the take on that.
Yeah.
I guess we can
Oh,
cut it there. If not, I'll keep going with that shit. That's a whole another episode,
Yeah.
kid.
So down in the comments, man, let us know what you're watching. Recommend,
Yeah.
what's a good show to binge watch.
Yeah, word. That'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know. Hit us down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good shit. And I'm Ninja.
I'm XP Early Bird. Peace.
Laters.
What's going on, podcast?